Hey, I'm Laura Robinson. Today we're sitting down with Team PrattChang, candidates for University Students' Council President and Vice President. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. How's the campaigning going so far?
It's great, talking to students and just being able to, stand at our booth and be able to engage with, any issues that students have or just any thoughts and concerns. It's been a good time. It's been a good 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it's, as Danny was saying before we started, it's kind of the 2 weeks we get a year where we can talk people's ears off about policy issues that we're passionate about, and they won't complain about it. So this is fantastic. Awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll jump right in. My first question is, what does the best student experience look like to Team PrattChang?
So basically, the best student experience, and my thing is all about student experience, and I really want to focus on making sure that the best student experience is universal across all 30,000 students at this school. And whether that's minor things, making those daily differences, such as the preferred first name, or it's the larger programming things, such as Purple Fest Plus, or things that we can deliver on programming, like the Daniel Caesar concert, or many other collaborative programming initiatives where we can really focus on kind of delivering programming students want to see at the school.
Awesome. Okay, so also speaking of student experience, mental health support. It's really incredibly important on campus, very indispensable resource, especially with Bell Let's Talk coming up next week. It's really in the spotlight. So my question for you then is, how will your platform reshape student wellness?
Yeah, so it's interesting you use the word reshape because I think that was a huge conversation that we've had over the last couple of months when we were putting this platform together. If you look at our platform, we've broken it down into our proactive solutions and our reactive solutions. And we recognize there are things that we want to do in our term. For the 1 year we are in the presidency and vice presidency. So we're looking at things like creating a wellness portal that will help cut that confusion. A lot of the feedback that we get from first year students is still after O week, they have no idea where to even start to go. And for us, we just want to start giving that information so that students, are a little less intimidated to find the help that they need. But over the long term, we are looking at systemic solutions, and with a lot of turnover happening at the university level, at the provincial level, and also in the City of London, we want to start having those tough conversations with administrators and stakeholders about what we are actually doing with these services. And talking about consolidating and streamlining services is something that we want to do.
Right, so you mentioned a wellness portal. Could you clarify what that would look like?
So if you haven't downloaded it yet, the USC app is actually really popular among first and second year students, and I think it's a great initiative. And in the app, there is a map function. So if we can kind of, and the only thing that is highlighted in the UCC portion of the map function is the spoke, I think, at this current time. And if we can highlight the different wellness resources, such as the Wellness Education Center, the Peer Support Center, even student health services at the end of the day, and kind of highlighting the key points, what they're about, what help they offer, how can students find these at the tip of their fingers. And so all about cutting that confusion and kind of streamlining these resources.
Okay, so using the technology to get to the physical location. Great. So if you are elected, what would be the first mandate you plan to implement? What do you see as most important to just go for firsthand?
Well, I think if we were to be elected, first we need to listen to kind of the staff, the students, and the volunteers who are all part of the USC to figure out how we can do our jobs the best. Then it would start with kind of setting these long-term goals, like consolidating the mental health resources and kind of meeting with the core stakeholders, meeting with the director of the Wellness Education Center, meeting with peer support staff, and meeting with the administration who actually oversee all of these resources, and ensuring that at the end of the day, we can actually follow through over the course of the year and build these relationships early on.
Okay, so mental health would be the first issue that you would tackle. Awesome. So my next question is, what is your take on the ever controversial move of the homecoming date?
So I've taken some firm stances on this in the past, and I'm always of the belief that I think that the original homecoming date, as most students celebrate it, is what the USC should be supporting. But that being said, Danny and I always like to reemphasize the focus on student safety, and we think it's irresponsible not to provide alternative programming for students on this date to maybe take some traffic off Brockdale, to have these EMS services, to be able to have easier access, to bring back some programming that would defer this traffic and kind of provide alternative places for students to express their pride to be Mustang in a safe fashion.
Yeah, and with the turnover that we're seeing in administration, I think we're ready to have those conversations. And something that we like to say is that, turning a blind eye to the fact that students are partying isn't going to stop them from partying. So what are we actually doing to address the fact that students aren't safe on this day, and that, the university has to address these concerns? So that's something we really want to focus on.
Right. Okay, so last question. What do you like most about Team Ocean's platform, so your opponent?
So Danny and I are both our social science and science faculty presidents, and one of the things I thought was really cool on their platform was the faculty-specific career days. While I think they missed some of the finer points of implementing this idea, because it would be pretty complex working with kind of each department within faculties, I think it's a really great way to kind of provide new alternatives and provide avenues for students to see what they can do with their degree after university and where they can go with this. So I think that the spirit of it was a fantastic idea.
Sounds great. So now we're going to move on to a little rapid fire speed round. I'll give you 2 options and you both just choose one. No questions asked. Okay. Number 1, boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Briefs.
Okay. Spoke bagels. Would you go for jalapeno cheddar or mushroom Swiss?
Jalapeno cheddar.
Mushroom Swiss.
Yeah. Seeps or frogs?
Seeps.
Seeps.
Fair. Toby or Landon?
Landon.
Toby.
Would you rather get attacked by a western goose or fall into the Thames?
I've swam in the Thames before. I'll choose the Thames any day.
Yeah, I'll take that option as well. Yeah.
Good to know. Duly noted. Western, don't forget to go out and vote on February 5th and 6th at westernvotes.com. Thanks for joining us.